All right, everybody, welcome back. This is going to be tough, guys. I don't know how we're going to try and get all these players into one. I think there'll be quite a few that probably pick themselves, but then I'm feeling a little bit of controversy, and someone's going to have, like, some couples are going to have to make some sacrifices here.
I feel like we've definitely got some similarities here. I think we all can identify absolute talent when we see it.
We haven't seen each other's 11, so what we're going to do is we're going to go through position by position. We decided to play a 3-4-3. Not that many teams sort of did that. I suppose you can shift that around how you want, but we're going to end up with, so a goalkeeper, obviously 3 defenders. Could go left, right back, centre back, or just 3 centre backs. It's yourselves. A holding midfield player, 2 sort of more central box-to-box midfielders, a 10, and then we're going to have a striker, left wing and right wing. So we're going to cover it all.
The XG of this team would be through the roof, I reckon.
Don't get me started.
They've also got XA, like expected assists, expected goals.
It's all going to happen. We're going to hit a few expected here.
Yeah. So we'll go around our little semicircle. We're going to start with Brad. Yep. Who you got in goals, mate?
Oh, well, there's a lot of keeper stats are easy to sort of look at to sort of get a gist as to who the best keepers were. But
Brad's the only one who's gone through stats to pick his team. No, I did as well. I had a quick.
I've gone off pure feeling, Bradley.
Me too, Daddy. Yeah, Daddy and I are just feeling only.
Look, how they feel when I see them
how
play.
deep are some of these players going in the tournament? They've had great group stages. So, but I've gone with Mike Mannion, the French keeper, most clean sheets for the tournament. 4 clean sheets, 84.2% shot percentage.
Save percentage.
He has gone deep in this.
How are we going to argue with?
Oh, I can argue with both of those. That's fine.
But I'll leave the next guy because I'm pretty sure someone also mentioned him. He didn't quite make it that far, but I want someone else.
We'll
to
do some
have a
honourable
go at his name.
Do the ones that you picked, and then we'll have some honourable.
Yeah, go with your thing.
So just you got Mike Mannion.
Mike Mannion is
Money Mike.
He's my keeper. Obviously, you got
Mike Mannion.
Costa, who 3 clean sheets as well. Those 3 pen saves in that quarterfinal, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Second
round of 16, which I think was a record. And then Mamadashvili.
So are you going through how many goalkeepers you got, bro?
No. Just name your one.
Yeah.
We'll all name our one, and then we'll chat about anyone, because Bully might have someone that I thought was probably my runner-up, so I might agree. Like, I'm happy.
Yeah. So you got Money Mike.
Yeah.
Money Mike.
Bull, who you got in goals?
Mate, I've got Mamadashvili.
Roger that. I'll double you there.
He was a stud. He made a ridiculous amount of saves, and for a team that was expected to cop a heap of goals, yes, they did. But I think that's down to his defenders, not down to his absolute goalkeeping ability.
Huge.
He was a freak, and he's going to have many suitors after this tournament.
He had lots to do.
He
was a busy man. Let's be honest.
His defenders were a no-show, and he was the stalwart.
Just purely on stats alone, there's no way that he had that Money Mike over there or whoever you've got up your cavalry.
Well,
had to see as many shots as poor Mamadashvili had.
I can do this. So Mamadashvili saves per 90 was well ahead. 7.5 saves per 90 minutes.
He's had a busy.
So he was well ahead, but his save percentage was only 78%. So he's had a lot to do.
No.
Whoa. But you got to wait. Yeah. I picked Jan Oblak.
Put down to fatigue.
I picked Jan Oblak only because the stats matched it, but when I watched him play, I thought he was sensational. And I think for a number of years he's been a great keeper. And we're not judging it on previous things, just the Euros. He only conceded 2 goals all tournament. Granted, they didn't go.
Who was in the group with him?
England.
Enough said.
They played.
He was exceptional.
They played in a group where they all agreed not to shoot for 4 games.
Well, you say that. And he saved
the pen.
88.2% save percentage. Saved 100%.
He must have saved 2 shots.
100% of the penalties that he faced, 1 out of 1.
Who was that against?
England, was it not? No.
CR7.
Oh, it was Ronaldo, it was. So he denied Ronaldo a record there. And he had 3.8 goals prevented. I love the goals prevented stat. Mamadashvili, 4.7 goals prevented. So they're goals that they don't think he should have stopped, that he stopped.
Oh, I thought it was just like
based on
good chat and organising your defence.
No, it's based on XG, etc. So Jan Oblak was only behind.
That's a bullshit. That's like a clearance to stat. That's horrible.
This bite size is now going to turn into a long size.
All right, well, look, I'll call it right now. I'm going to say we're going to go Mamadashvili.
Yep.
We've got 2 of you.
I think they were the 3 best keepers, and that's definitely...
Turn your volume down, bruh.
Sorry. Well, you've got.
I know, but I don't want to keep going up and down when you decide to scream.
Sorry. Well, everyone's talking over me, so Bully's yelling in my ear. So we're going Mamadashvili.
Yelling in your ear.
And
Are we
We're
going?
gonna go
Are we going
three.
purely on an out voting? So if two of us back the same one has gone through,
I
or
like that. I like that
I think we
idea.
can discuss it. I think we can
Sure.
open up and have a yarn about it.
we're
So,
all adults.
do we name all three of our centre backs?
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
gonna be, yeah.
Yep.
All right, Brad.
My three centre backs, Calafiori, very impressed with him this tournament. England making the final, we had to have one player in there, and I think he's been our best player overall, is Mark Way.
Yep.
And then I've gone a French defender, tossing up between two, but I've gone with the right back. Horrible fashion sense, but fantastic right back.
I've got him in my
Jules
three.
Koundé.
I've got him in my back three as well.
Oh,
Who you gone, mate?
interesting, mate. I've gone Willie Saliba. I thought he was a stud. He always is. He's had a fantastic season domestically as well, and he's carried that form in. Willie Saliba, Calafiori. I think just the way he carried himself throughout the tournament, the way he played, he was phenomenal. And the other one was Mark Way as well. I think he did outstanding for, obviously slotting into that position. Harry Maguire, whatever it was, I think he'd come in and had that spot his own, and will do for a long time to come.
There you go. I think two of the three probably picked themselves. I also had Calafiori and also had Guehi as well. I thought he was excellent. I thought they were both very, very good. Calafiori obviously got a move after the Euros
Should do.
to another big team. So then I really couldn't decide. I had Joshua Kimmich
Oh, he was good.
from Germany. Obviously he can play midfield, but he played right back for Germany. I also threw in Pepe, those two. I just thought, all things considered, I thought he was excellent. But I did have Kimmich first, and then I went, what about Pepe? He did well. His stats backed up
Kimmich,
selection, but they were my three. So Calafiori, Guehi, and Kimmich.
I had Kimmich as an honourable mention on the subs bench because he was
Lovely.
pretty good.
Look, I have backed Brad there with Koundé. I think he was fantastic for France, both going forward and defensively. Carried on his form from a good season at Barca. I had Rudiger, as I mentioned in there. He was instrumental in Germany's defence. I mean, they went deep in the tourney, and
He
he
did
had
have one mistake in him, but yeah.
He did. But look, he's been great. He's also pulled off a couple of big tackles and last stitches.
Also got the worst running style of the tournament.
He does. And then the other one at left back, I had Mendes from Portugal.
Oh, good
he
shout. I had him
was-
too in my bench.
Yeah,
I've seen him described as the Rolls Royce of that Portugal side, and
too like Mendes.
so he was another big shout for me.
Look,
But
yep.
I don't think we can argue with Guehi. Was a big one.
Yeah.
And Calafiori, I think, are two big ones, and then we've got a shout for Koundé at right back. What do we
Yeah,
think,
we got
lads?
Guehi and Calafiori. I think Koundé, you two had Koundé.
Yep.
I think Mendes. I missed Mendes to be
No,
honest.
so did I, 'cause
loved
I had him
him.
as left back.
I
and
had
looking
him.
at centre back.
I had him on the bench, and there was another one as well that I thought was really, really underrated. Was that Biol?
I had him down here as a notable mention, Biol.
Yeah, he was another one that was a big defender, and obviously not someone that was obviously noted, but he had a really, really outstanding tournament for I think it was Slovakia.
Yeah,
And-
I had Akanji as on my list as well for notable mentions.
No, interesting.
Oh,
All
yeah,
right.
what are we going to go for the third player there? Do we go Koundé or? I think Mendes is a big shout there. I think he was.
It is.
I think he was
If,
more
you, if, you, if you're only playing three at the back, that's hard. If you
Well,
got
don't worry about that. Just pick the three best defenders. So
Okay,
this
well,
team's not actually going to play.
well, yeah. Look, I had Mendes as an honourable mention, regardless. So.
I'm going to throw it to you two, Mendes, Koundé. I know you both picked Koundé.
Well, it's up to you then. 'Cause you
No,
got
it's
both
not-
Well, it's
those
good.
players.
Well, I'm going Mendes. You're going Mendes.
Well, if it's
Of those
back
two.
on us, because I didn't pick.
Yeah,
Koundé
I'll
at all.
choose. I'll choose Koundé.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're very split then, aren't we?
We are.
I mean, the way that we've written them down there, you've left the
Do you like-
the left back as the.
Do you like a Rolls Royce?
I do love a Rolls.
Well, there you go. Let's go into a Rolls Royce.
We'll go Mendes. I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough
Well,
one.
let's put Koundé
Koundé's
on the bench. Do we have a keeper for the bench, you reckon? Who do we think was a
I think
backup
it's
there?
got to be. Well, Mike Mannion was Golden Glove, so.
All right.
Did he
Mike.
get the award? Did
Golden
he?
Glove, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the
You didn't put that in. You put that in your stats at the beginning, Brad. You
Nah.
probably would have won would have got it over the line, mate. He got picked best keeper. I would have started with that.
the Golden Boot too. It got split between three players.
6 players.
6 players.
Oh, that's
They
gross.
changed it, yeah, 6 players.
That's gross.
Surely it just goes to whoever.
And wasn't there like last year as well? Ronaldo won Golden Boot, and there was another bloke who tied with him on goals, but they went off goals and assists for that one, or they had some other regulation. So Ronaldo got on his own. So there's a bloke sitting at home now who could have had a joint Golden Boot with Ronaldo, but the rules were different then.
It's on Wikipedia though.
Who you got at 6 there, Brad?
Oh, I don't think we should even debate this one. Just put it down, Rodri. Oh,
Yeah. I had Rodri and we're going to go through the midfielders together.
hold
No,
on.
just do your six.
Just the
Hold
holding.
holder.
Seguiro's got a 6.
Okay, well, I was going to Rodri. There's no doubt
Yep.
about it. I mean,
The other one, if you play with it,
Kante.
6 is Kante.
See, I had Kante as one of my 8s.
Kante's, yeah.
I had to put him in. So
yeah, well, he's in there, but he's just
Yeah.
that's a midfield.
I've gone as
three
my
that-
6 is Rodri.
Rodri.
Yeah, we're all happy with Rodri.
Has to be.
Rodri.
I mean, also look as much as this one seems like the obvious one. Can we talk about the fact that he got player of the tourney, which I find a little bit surprising.
6s don't get that.
6 don't get that.
For me, my player of the tournament, we'll get to him, is Fabian Ruiz. I think he was.
Well, that's all everyone's listed there, so that's the next one.
So who do we have as a 2 centre mid? Who do you have as your 2 centre mids?
Well, I've got Fabian Ruiz, and the next position was like a bit of a mix of 2 cams, but I got.
You say Bellingham, I'll jump over this table. Right.
I love Jude Bellingham. he'll get player of the tournament next World Cup, but Xavi Simons, I was pretty impressed with his tournament.
Hey, you've been looking at my list, Bradley. I've got a Fabian Ruiz and a Xavi Simons in there as well, buddy.
I've got Kante and Ruiz.
I had Kante and Ruiz only because I thought I went Xavi Simons. I said he's a 10.
I know.
Yeah, but I've got Danny Olmo as my 10.
So
So do I, but
I've also got Olmo as well.
So
What are we going so far ahead for?
Danny's ruined this. So we need 2-8. I think
team
Fabian Ruiz.
Fabian Ruiz has been. I think he should have got player of the tournament.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Everything revolved around him. Everything going forward revolved around him. Rodri was good, but he wasn't outstanding like Ruiz.
I think probably Rodri allows him.
Ruiz picked up the ball. He
It's
picked
like
up
saying
pockets of
Rodrigo
space.
de Paul should have got player of the tournament of the World Cup because he allowed Messi to be awesome. Nah, it
To be
doesn't
fair,
work.
I saw him do the defensive work of himself and Messi the whole tournament.
Yeah,
so
and he-
that's
how-
probably the one example you
how does
can't
he-
give
For
me. of
about
that.
3
How does he have? How does he have 1 week he has cornrows and then the next game he has that bleach blonde hair? This is ridiculous. But let's we
So-
digress.
Someone sounds
So-
jealous.
Please, I'd love to know how I got cornrows and then I can get bleach blonde.
So who are we going to go the other centre midfielder? I felt like Xavi. I looked
Xavi
at it.
Simons was
he
the
played
winner.
10
Yeah,
every game.
No,
so
he
I
was-
hesitated to throw him in as an 8.
no, can't
you
take.
got
But I had Kante, who
But
played 6. So
that's the thing. Like Danny Olmo picks himself. So I think Xavi had to slot him into the centre midfield because he.
I feel like Simons needs to be there.
Yeah,
so
I think you got to chuck
he
him.
played 1 game on the wing. He come on. I think he came on at halftime or something when they were down against Austria.
Kante got 3 man of the match performances in a row in the group stages, didn't he?
And then he got hooked at the.
In a,
was
in a,
crucial.
Still, he was
in a French
fantastic.
team that was shithouse.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even
tricky one.
have Kante here.
Yeah, I didn't write Kante down.
I've got the other 2 blokes and I'm fighting for Kante. It's
I picked Kante.
Kante.
nah.
What are we going to do?
I think
One of them's in, one of them's
I
on the
think it's
bench.
going to be Xavi Simons, Kante, honourable mention on the bench.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I agree.
Brad has spoken.
Sorry. And then what about no Granit Xhaka, Daniel?
Nah, horrible. Shout for the Ballon d'Or, but wasn't he?
Not even in the betting.
Nothing but Carvajal for that one now, guys.
That reel got a few comments. One of them just wrote back like Vidani's like, could Granit Xhaka get the Ballon d'Or? Someone just wrote
Drip.
No. Some bloke that's never interacted with the pod before.
Nice.
All right, I think we've all got
10.
our 10 picked.
Yep, Danny Olmo.
I mean, what an incredible story for him. The fact that he was going to be a benchy or tawny.
It was,
If Cruz didn't go through Pedri like the way he did, that'd be Pedri up there probably. Who knows?
That's true as
Who
well.
knows?
All right, let's go left wing first.
left wing, that's easy. We start with Bradley first.
Again, this came back to the issue of there was no clear standout number 9.
That was me as well.
So I've put my left wing to number 9. But
Same.
I've picked Jamal Musiala from Germany.
Same.
I've got him as my notable mention.
Yeah.
Nah, I've got him as the absolute standout in that left wing, mate. He is a stud. That
I-
kid's going to be a freak. He was a freak. He
He
created
could
everything
be
for
playing for
Germany.
England. He could be,
Yeah, he created everything for Germany. Cutting in on regardless across that front line. It's hard to pick players, but he, the player that should be in that position has now moved to number 9, and
I think we're all about the same person because I had Cody Gakpo as my left winger.
Same
so
here.
I had Cody Gakpo, but
And then I'm like-
he is my outstanding number 9,
Yep.
just for a reason he can score goals.
So I've moved, yeah.
See, I love
Gakpo left
Musiala
wing.
as well, but I still thought Nico Williams, like,
Yeah.
He didn't.
how dangerous was he?
He didn't cause as much havoc as what Musiala did.
Big call.
That's
That's a
massive.
massive
Look,
call.
I think, like I wrote a lot of these names down pre the final. I think Nico Williams' performance in the final, maybe.
He was player of the
This-
final.
This is the thing, right?
He did
So
get player of the final.
He was player of the final, but in the lead up, he wasn't outstanding in those other
Very
games.
quiet.
He
Yeah.
was very quiet in comparison.
He's a notable mention.
Almost throw more of an argument for Musiala to be more of my 10 competing with Olmo.
Well, that's where I had him pegged, and I went, well,
But
I can't not.
Same, but
he drifted out on that left.
and
They
then
played with the two
moved
tens, but I
Gakpo
don't get it.
and
But,
then-
so what do you want to do? Are we going to? We have to agree here. Musiala on the left.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
Okay.
And then honourable mention to Nico Williams.
Nico Williams on the bench.
Hey, that's not a bad shout
Just
to
so
have
there
off the
wasn't too
bench.
many. Otherwise, the whole team's it's just a Spanish.
Well, the thing is, right, so this is what it's dubious about because,
Yeah.
yes, they played deeper in the tournament, but I don't think he was as effective in the rest of the game
Yes, that's right.
in comparison to what Musiala was.
Look at Musiala. Every time he gets the ball, he was
He was
gonna do
excellent,
something.
wasn't he?
I think
Opposite wing. I'm sure we're all probably got the same
Yep.
person.
Just write it down, mate. Don't need to talk about it.
Down.
a little 17.
Just write it down.
Barcelona's future, and I'm hoping
Shaqiri, is it? No,
that they
Yamal's
that
dad.
they give him the number 10.
he has to.
Well, just-
Ansu Fati's back there though, so
Get out of
Just,
here.
just so we know for everyone that we wrote down Lamine Yamal.
yes.
Yeah, it'd be lovely to see him. Barca is yet to release their jersey for this season, which is very late. But I'm assuming it's down to Euros. But I'd love to see them announce that new jersey with a number 10 on
Just before we get into the final position and stuff like that, or do we want to go through our honourable mentions later on?
Let's do our
for the
9,
bench?
and then we'll do the.
Okay,
So
let's do that.
we'll agree then. Number 9. We'll spoke about the
I mean,
same.
I had 3 number 9s down, and not one of them was Gakpo.
Yeah, who'd you have?
I think Morata was phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't score it, but my days, the job that he did and the runs, the shit off the ball that he had to do for that team, the unrelenting pressure that he put on as the first line of defence, I think he was unreal.
You know what your striker's meant to do?
Yeah.
How many goals did Gakpo get?
3.
Well, then I give it to Harry Kane. He made it deeper in the tournament if we're going off goals scored. And
Nah. But there's difference. There's a difference between now.
Havertz, in terms of difference for your
Chances-
team as well, you
That's
got
what I
Kai
was gonna
Havertz.
Say yes.
I'd probably pick Havertz above Morata.
I nearly put Fulkrug in there.
Yeah, he was
Fulkrug-
excellent.
When he played, he was
I
fantastic.
saw a
Excellent
lot of
bench.
best 11s all over the internet with Fulkrug as number 9, but probably because he's the only actual number 9
He's
that
a proper
existed.
9.
Yeah.
Him and
No,
Harry
he was a
Kane
proper
were the
9.
only 2 9s that actually existed.
I don't think. Look, you can't put Harry Kane in the team of the tournament. Yes, I know there's expected goals. I like your idea, Danny. I like your thoughts. I just don't think he was something that created. Whereas you move Gakpo into that role, or Gakpo chances, shots, all those different things that factors into it. But also Fulkrug as well. That's a decent shout for that.
It's almost offensive. You're going to throw someone who didn't play number 9 the entire tournament in a number 9. It's like Mainu looking on the bench and watching Trent Alexander-Arnold play centre midfield for that first game.
How good was he?
Hold on a second. You don't even go there. Get out of there. I don't know. Gakpo for me at number 9. He's not a number 9. I've never seen him play number 9.
He plays number 9 for Liverpool, but that is not his best.
He didn't play there.
I mean,
at
so
the
did
Euros.
Firmino for like 3 seasons.
So-
He's number 9 on
Okay,
the
It's like,
what do we
who
do
was the
then?
best 9 of the Euros? And
Well, I think
Gakpo did not play 9.
Yeah, I think it's Havertz then. I think
it's Havertz. Has to be.
I'm going to go with Danny and go Morata.
But
last week, though, Danny.
Morata for what he did. No, he didn't score a goal. He did nothing.
he didn't score a goal.
Last week, Danny said though that Morata doesn't like Morata, hates him.
I know.
So
you're
for you
bagging
to put him in the
chat.
team of the
You're
tournament,
bagging him in the chat.
no, but that shows to put him in the team of the tournament. I realised.
Is that right? Yeah, we're talking about team of the tournament. Okay. Yes, because they went the whole tournament. Is that why we're just picking this guy?
I don't know. The bloke survived the slide tackle from a security guard and still played in the final. It's bravery.
Miracle. The other one I had was toying with Xavi Simons there as a sort of false 9.
Get it.
That's what I'm saying. No, because
What are we doing here?
no.
with a false 9.
Bring Cesc Fabregas back. What's going on?
This is why, because I couldn't get Xavi Simons in my team.
Look at the XG of the tournament. Morata's XG 0.29. If we're going off XG, boys, he's not in the team at all.
We're not going off XG.
Nah, well, look, if you want to
We are
go,
not that podcast.
if you want to go off a 9, Fulkrug has to be a 9.
No. If you're going off a number 9 who scored goals, Harry Kane's your number 9.
Yeah, true. But then
Fulkrug's not your number 9 if we're going off pure
Kane
number
was
9 who's...
horrible. He had one of the worst tournaments. He was one of the worst strikers
How-
at that tournament.
How wild is it that not 1-9 just stepped up?
I know.
Can we just play with 2 10s and no 9?
No. We're not...
All right, we're gonna go with one then. I'm still
I
going
just think
Gakpo.
I think it's unfair. Look, Yamal, standout, Musiala, Gakpo. It would be a shame to leave one of those 3 out
Correct.
of that front 3. And we're moving him there because technically, if you're a coach, you can play.
mean,
But has he played there?
If you're going to move him there, I'd put Nico Williams at number 9 before I put Gakpo at number 9.
I would not.
Nah,
He's a
Gakpo's
facing
been
forward
excellent.
player.
Been very.
All right. Well,
tough.
we're all
What
in,
do we do?
this is
Tricky
disgusting.
one. This is. I thought
We were
this
doing
was-
well.
Let's leave it to the captain of the pod. Captain of the pod needs to choose.
I thought you were going to say, let's leave it to the fans. I'll leave it open. And say,
No. It's yours, mate. It's yours. You decide.
Well, I had Gakpo there.
Hey, there we go.
So, and of my honourable mentions, I did not have a number 9. I had my
What'd you
Fulkrug.
just talk about that Fulkrug then?
I had Fulkrug, that's it.
Yeah. Kai Havertz, but most missed chances.
Well, there's no one's. Yeah. Well, that's exactly right. Between him and Havertz, I thought
talking point.
Havertz was outstanding in the way that he, like I think I mentioned it in that other pod where he had got himself into the opportunities to score those goals. Yeah. Obviously, his finishing lets him down at the best of times, but the way he got himself into those positions to create those was creative for a 9. That's not his natural position.
Do you think overall though, like we're lacking those old school number 9s
We are.
across the world? Like
Yep.
obviously you got Haaland and maybe Lautaro Martinez.
Well,
Alvarez is not really technically.
Who's the best number 9?
Oh yeah, Luis Suarez.
You.
Yeah, I was going to say Luis Suarez, mate. My dad.
Well, over R9.
If we're talking stats and XG, he's got some stats behind him, let me tell you.
No way.
You're
That
talking
would be
longevity over a whole career, mate, but R9 in his prime is untouchable. So, anyway, we're off track. Who are we going as a 9?
You said it.
Gakpo,
You're
mate.
We're doing it. We're going to lock.
bro.
We're going to lock
Write
it
it
in.
down.
Captain.
If there's any uproar about that,
There'll be
you
uproar.
know, you know who to blame.
There will be uproar. Who did you all have? Sorry, as a 9 though. Who did you have in your
I had Morata or Havertz.
Murata?
I had Gakpo.
Gakpo.
Well, don't put it on me. Three of the four.
Yeah, 3 of the 4. Yeah.
All right.
Do we want to go through our honourable mentions?
Yeah, we will, because I need to fill the bench. I've got Maignan, Koundé, Kante, and Nico Williams so far on the bench.
Two astonishing names that would have absolutely made that pre-tournament, which is Gundo and Tony Cruz.
Yeah, I had them both as
They
well.
are big players.
Yeah,
Cruz
I
was still
I
good.
think Cruz passing
They were
accuracy
both
was
good.
was
Like,
crazy.
Let's pick one of them on the bench. I don't want too many Germans in there
It's
now.
gonna be Tony Cruz.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
would
because
have.
look, like stats wise, he's
Gundo was good.
Gundogan was unbelievable.
We put them both in.
accurate passes per 9.
Jeez, we're going to have a deep bench.
3.3.
Anyone else? So I had.
Arda Güler.
He was in. He was in.
that's a good
I had an honourable mention, not to put on the bench, but just an honourable mention to Christian Eriksen. I thought for Denmark, he was just considering how poor he was at Man United this year. He was good for
He
Denmark.
was last tournament. The guy had a heart attack.
Oh,
I'm looking for the snoring button here on the.
oh, relax.
And it's not here.
Relax. Declan Rice for going sideways a lot. I wrote down specifically there was no standout number 9. I had Slobberslai, Foden, Carvajal, Walker,
No Turks in our side, unfortunately.
Chalanoglu,
Arda Güler.
Chalanoglu and Gula. I had Kvaradona, Gundo, Virgil, and Akanji.
I had a Kanji down there. I think he was fantastic.
What about
I think Akanji can get on the bench.
Bjorn.
Baumgartner from Austria? I was pretty
I thought he was
impressed
good
with
too.
him across
Yeah,
the
he
handy
was very
too.
impressive.
Good.
And another player. Where's he at? Where's he at as well?
The Baumgarten.
I think RB Leipzig.
I think so.
Yeah. Well, I thought. Look, again,
Him and Danny Olmo.
Anyone else on
Almost,
your list?
almost on his way out, surely.
I
Somewhere.
like that.
They extended that clause as well.
I like.
Till after he sobers up.
Yeah, he'll end up at Perth Glory for 60 mil.
Exactly.
I was a huge fan of that Reinders from Netherlands. I thought he was an outstanding player. Not
Rangers had a blinders.
Yeah, Reinders in the blinders. I thought he was really, really good for the Netherlands. He looked great moving forward, and another one that's centre midfield. It's a hard position to cover, and I thought he was really, really good.
On the Dutch team, I also had Verbruggen, the keeper, as an honourable mention.
Verbruggen.
So I had Oblak, obviously, but that Mamadashvili, and then Verbruggen was pretty good too. So anyone else you want for the bench? I'll run you through. We've got Maignan, Koundé, Kante, Williams, Cruz, Gundogan, Akanji, Baumgartner.
I think Manu needs a mention
Oh,
in
yep.
there for
That's
as
fair
a.
call.
I think to announce himself to that international stage, going from where he was previously into obviously starting for England and solidifying that position. He looked really, really good.
We've spoken about good players that had pretty good tournaments, probably not up to their standards, that haven't made our squad, that have made a bench. But what about our list of huge players that were the absolute
flops.
opposite to
Well,
that.
let's finish this. Anyone else for the bench, and then we'll flop it.
It's a 27-man squad. That's
Thanks,
enough.
man. Verts.
Verts from Germany. I think
I'll-
Musiala did take the limelight, but look at the season he had.
Words
That
and
first game.
habits.
Okay. Well, the only other question I have for you on this then is who's the skipper of this side?
Rodri.
Rodri.
He's not even a skipper of Spain.
He got player of the tournament.
Player of the tournament.
No, he's the skipper, mate.
Well, Morata's not there,
I
so
reckon the best hairdo, Calafiori. He's got future captain.
future maybe. But
I like Rodri's
Rodri's
just
got to be captain.
Rodri's got to be captain, mate. The way that he carries himself.
That's a very young squad. He's probably the only veteran there, to be fair. What's the age of that? How old is Mamadashvili?
well,
And
he could be 400. We don't
I think
know.
he's only 22.
everyone else in that squad is under 25, I reckon.
You know what?
Is that a credit to what
Look at that squad.
the players that are there, or is that just you think that's
Wait,
just
he's
the
26,
aging?
I think.
It's
No,
like
he's
the-
not. He's only young too.
It's like the new age of players coming through.
Yeah. Is that what it is? Do you think it's the new age that is coming through, or do we think that maybe they exist like the older guys are just they're
24, Guay.
past their expiry dates?
Yep, I think anyone under that.
I think that's the way football is now. Is it's a high energy, you know. So we'll see.
I'm pretty happy with that squad, but that's dangerous on paper.
Yeah. Well, the plan is I'll get that up onto socials, and you guys can give us your feedback around that as end. Do we want to go through a few flops? I don't know if we've got an 11. I have an 11 that Marca put out. So that's obviously a newspaper in Madrid.
Let's hear it.
So they had a few controversial ones.
I wonder who the
I
striker
wonder if
would be.
none of their players made our team, did they? Because that'd be
Well,
super controversial.
I had one of them as an honourable mention, and he's in here. So they had Livakovic, the Croatian goalkeeper, in goals.
Yeah, he was after a fantastic World Cup that he had. He was phenomenal in the World Cup. He was shit house.
Yeah. Two centre backs, Christensen from Denmark and Mancini from Italy. Right back was that Di Lorenzo from Italy.
Mm-hmm.
Left back is Zinchenko from Ukraine. He was pretty poor.
Andres Christensen. That's interesting.
I didn't think he was that bad, but there you go. Centre midfield, Milinkovic Savic from
Yep.
Serbia. Next to him, John McGinn from Scotland.
Yep.
Probably at his level there. And then they had Schloberslai.
Hey, McGing would be grateful he got into any squad after the
Yeah,
World
that's right.
Cup.
I don't think Sloboslav.
Yeah,
To be fair, but he wasn't. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, because he's their number one player for Hungary.
Exactly.
They didn't-
I found it,
But he had
yeah,
all
but to
round.
put him as a flop, that's
Well,
tough,
he's-
'cause he
he's-
dominated that team.
His cross that he delivered for the goal that they, I think the solitary goal that they scored, was gorgeous.
And then up front, they had on the right Dusan Vlahovic,
Yep.
on the left Cristiano Ronaldo,
Yep.
and up front Lukaku.
Oh, they
Kylian Mbappe didn't make that squad.
Yep.
Kylian Mbappe is the captain of that squad. Get out of here.
Yeah. I think
Lukaku. I'll put Mbappe instead of Lukaku at the top of that.
I was about to say I'd swap Ronaldo for be the number 9, and I'd put.
If it wasn't for Lukaku and De Bruyne, Belgium don't get out of the group.
Yeah, that could be a stat. But look, I didn't read. I didn't see an article with it. I just took a
Mbappe
screenshot.
is the captain of that squad, mate.
Yeah.
With what he had.
Did you guys have anyone else as a
I'm
real
just trying to
letdown?
have-
I think Harry Kane, like in a certain way, maybe he makes the bench. Yes, 3 goals, but I don't.
his overall general play was pretty.
I think his overall general play to actually bring players into the squad, or not bring players, I shouldn't say into the squad, into the game, and his link-up play was just, it was anonymous.
According to FotMob, the worst player at the tournament was Anthony Ralston from Scotland.
All these Scottish players.
you
I
go.
think the worst keeper. Oh, they said
Tell you what, Vlahovic was 303rd.
He was
Like
pretty
third worst player at the tournament, based on the FotMob ratings, obviously.
I think that's the issue.
bad. That Bosniak,
And then Conor Gallagher.
That Bosniak was no good. He was that striker that was. You know who else was probably a fair shout? Benjamin Sesko. For the opportunities that he
That's
missed.
hard. He missed a few chances, but he was. Look, notable players that are down that end: Conor Gallagher, Olivier Giroud, who didn't play much anyway, Wijnaldum,
Conor Gallagher's a fair shout.
McGinn's there,
He only played one game though.
Hoyland,
Oh, Hoyland.
Fratesi, Nelson Semedo, Mitrovic.
Josko Vardiol.
Guardiola's there, but it's hard when your team's poor.
A lot of players in from my dark horse in this. These bloody Serbs let me down.
I love that Danny put that in there too. When that was that early crow that he goes, the Serbs will go deep in this
The old,
tournament.
the old Serbs fucking, they killed me.
Well, on paper, they got a strong team.
I think, but besides the flop team of the tournament, I think the team that we've picked, I think that's pretty solid. They're going deep in a tourney.
Yeah.
XG on that.
Look, a lot of these guys, like we said, they're a young squad. They're a team with, I mean, everyone other than Rodri have got years ahead of him to be in many teams of the tournament. You think back to teams of tournaments of previous ones, and they're made up of superstars, right? You go, wow. I wonder if we look back at this squad on a podcast we did many, many moons ago and go, fuck, we had an absolute stinker. Or you go, Calafiore ends up being one of the best defenders of all time.
Yeah.
Danny Olmo goes on to win 3 more Euros and captain Spain later on. You know, it'd be interesting to see what this team looks like in 5 or 6 or...
Should we do a 10-year reunion?
Go, what's Bully's hairline going to look like then? We don't have matching haircuts.
I say that mine's not going to change, bro. I think yours is going to get further back, mate. Don't you worry about that.
You get 2-for-1 specials by the time you get that podcast,
You're already worried about what the headphones doing to yours, pal.
Yeah, buddy.
Very good.
I've recited to the fact.
All right, anyone you want to add in there for flops?
No, we're done, mate.
You're done?
Yeah.
Lovely, there we are. So there we have it, football fans. That is our combined 11. I will get that out onto socials. Please feel free to comment and let us know your thoughts. A lot of controversy around specifically the number 9 position. So it will be quite interesting there as well. So as always, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're not following us on Instagram, please do jump on and subscribe on YouTube and Spotify. Thank you, boys, as always. Very much appreciate your efforts here. And thanks for choosing to score some goals with us. And remember to celebrate with the corner flag.